What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 3 checking in from Studio 3, as you can see written all over the chest, man. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about how to edit your photos in Lightroom. This is not a full tutorial, just a simple video on how to edit and achieve the looks that you're going for. Also, I'm dropping 13 free presets for you guys. All you gotta do is just go down in the description, click on the link and download them, and they're yours for free. So if you enjoy these presets, make sure you share this video with everybody that you know. Go ahead, smack that like button all around for me, and comment down in the description and let me know how you feel about these presets. Let me know how you feel about what I'm about to show you, all that good stuff. All my affiliate links will be down below in the description as well. So if you want to see all the gear that I'm using, the cameras that I'm snapping these pictures with, the lights that I use, all that good stuff, make sure you go ahead and check it out. And if you choose to buy anything with my links, I will receive a portion of it. So let's go ahead, jump straight into these edits so y'all can see everything that's going down.
The smooth for life.
Alright, YouTube, so this is the picture that I want to show y'all how I edit on. This will be a quick tutorial. Trust me, I'm not going to drown y'all with too much information. I know y'all don't like sitting through a lot of watch time and videos, but if you do, I hope I can teach you something. But before I hop into this, let me shout out my master love, Coco, for coming through and getting this crazy pose for me, this crazy picture for me. We had fun doing this shoot, but I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all how I edit. So the first thing I want to do when I start editing, or before I even get into the edit process, I want to make sure that my picture is in focus. Now, I already checked this, definitely, because I sort through my pictures and check everything that I need to before I even get in here. So my subject is in focus, his eye is in focus, so I'm good on that. The next thing I do is come to my crop. I already did this, so I'll hit auto. If you didn't know what auto does, it auto, so I'll reset this, hit auto, and then it auto aligns it or auto adjusts it, trying to straighten it out from what it sees. Now sometimes this isn't correct, so you gotta double check with your eyes and make sure this is what you want. So I like that. And then I'll crop, come over here, crop the sides. I'll undo that, and the top and bottom to my liking. So after I do that, I come to my presets, and I'm gonna go to Studio 3 fashion statement, because this is the presets that I am giving away. So I'll start going through the presets and see which one I like. Portrait pop, I like that one. Trendy white balance, I like that one. Do it for the gram. It's cool. Nah. Old school, white and black. We outside. Nope. Matte. This is doable. Movie star. I like movie star, and I'm gonna go with portrait pop. I like portrait pop. So once I choose my presets, I understand that it's not done. You definitely need to come in and adjust all of these settings. So first thing I want to do, or I typically do after I've done all of that, is come in and adjust my lighting, my exposure. So I'm gonna bump it in up a little bit. And this is not gonna be a perfect edit. I'm just going through the motions with you guys. So I zoom in and make sure that's what I like. Keep my exposure about right there. The contrast. So when I'm doing this, I'm going left and right extreme to see what I like. If I wanted to be extreme, or if I wanted to be not so extreme. It's simple, simple as that. So I'm gonna soften it up a little bit. I'm gonna go with that. Adjust my highlights. Now come down with the highlights a little bit. I'll bring them back up. I think I actually like my highlights where they were at. They's at 26 now. I'm gonna bring it up some. So bring the highlights up to about right there. Adjust the shadows. I'll bring the shadows to about right here. Zoom in. I'm always zooming in to double check to see if this is what I like. So boom, I like that. I think I want my whites to come up a little bit. Yeah, I want my whites to come up a little bit. And then I want my blacks to come down just a tad bit to about right there. I'm actually going to bring the shadows down just a little bit. Yeah, that's where I want it. So adjust my lighting. I will do another video on how to use the curves, but in a nutshell, the curves is this tab, or this right here is the curve in a nutshell. You have way more control when you're doing the curve. You can adjust the lighting here, your shadows, your blacks, your midtones, your whites, your highlights, and then you can also color grade, color temperature right here, blue and yellow, green and magenta, and then red and greens. But I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to actually drop a video on how to use that in totality. Then after you adjust that, you can come down here. So this is your color tab. You can do a preset for your white balance as shot, or you can come here and pick one of these presets that they have. Normally I click auto to see what it's trying to recommend, and I don't like that, so I'm going to undo that. Control Z, and I actually like it right here. Let me bring that back up. I like it right here. You also can click on your eyedropper tool, click on what you think is the whitest part of the picture, and then it should adjust the temperature. I've been having problems with my eyedropper tool lately, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But like I said, you can just click on it, drop it on the white, and it'll try to white balance your picture out for you. If you want to do it on your own, you got your blues and your yellows, which can be found in your curves. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to bring that back. Then you have your magentas and your greens. You can see what it's doing. I'm going to actually put that back. Then you have your vibrance. I'm going to turn this up. Let me zoom in so I can see how vibrant I want him to be. I actually like it turned up pretty high. I'm gonna leave that there. Then you have your saturation. This will definitely make your colors pop if you turn it all the way up, or you can drown it all the way out, go black and white with that. So I'm gonna turn the set up a little bit, zoom in. That's pretty decent. And then right here you have your color mixer. With the color mixer, and I'm going to choose yellow because that's one of the colors that's dominant in this picture. With the yellow or any color, you can come in and adjust the luminance. So you can bring it all the way down. You can bring it all the way up to make it brighter. You can adjust the saturation on that one color. So if I want to take all the yellows out, I could. If I want to soften them or make them stand out a little bit more, that's how you do it. That's how you would do that right here. And then with the hue, you can change the color to a different shade of whatever color you're working with. So with the yellow, we can go to I guess it's more like of an orangish, reddish color, or I can bring it up to a green, which I'm actually keep right where it's at in the middle on yellow, and I might turn this up just a tad bit. Boom, turn that up a little bit. And this tab right here is your color grading. So you can get really creative with this tab. You can affect your midtones on whatever color you want it to be. This is, like I said, this is over exaggerated just to show y'all an idea of what's going on. Then you have your shadows. You can do the same thing. You see it's adjusting the color of the shadows. You can get really creative here, people. I'm trying to tell you. And then with the highlights, you can do the same thing. So it's adjusting all the highlights. So you can reset it by double clicking in the middle, and then it'll bring it back. And then you can adjust the lighting on these categories. So I'm affecting the lighting of the midtones. So if I wanted to bring it down a little bit, I could, which I I'll leave it right here. Next is the blending mode. We'll blend the colors. Actually, is that reset? All right, that's reset. This will blend the colors. You see it's not doing anything. Let me turn that. So it's just the amount that is blending in with it. As you can see, let me go to the green. Boom. Up, down. So you see it's changing that. Reset that. And the balance is, let me go back. The balance. So basically trying to balance it out to how you want it. And I will actually keep some of this. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And I'm going to keep some of that yellow in there. And then with these, you can turn them on and off. Like these tabs. If I wanted to, I could turn them on and off. The eye right there. You hold it. And then you can see what you did. The subtle change. Off. On. Same thing with these tabs. Off. On. Off. On. Just subtle changes. Right here you got your effects tab. Texture. And I'll show you what that texture do. If you turn this up some, you will get more detail in the fine lines of the subject, or you can soften them up if you didn't want so many details, so you can see the lines in his forehead or his cheeks go away the more I go down, and they are more dominant the more I go up. So I am going to leave it about right there. That's why I like it. Zoom out. Yep. And then the clarity is similar. So it's just basically you are adjusting. I would say with the clarity, you could like come in here if your picture is out of focus somewhat. You can come in here, bump the clarity up to try to bring more attention to the subject, to try to make it seem like it's in focus. But doing too much will be overkill most of the time. So if you want a softer look, you come down, and if you want a more bold look, you come up. I am going to keep it about right there. And then dehaze, if you have a hazy picture, you can come in here and adjust this tab, and it'll get some of that haze out. I'm going to bring it to about, normally I don't take hazy pictures, so 0, keep it there. And vignette, let me zoom out to show y'all the vignette. If you go to the left, you got your blacks coming through. You go to the right, you got your whites. So I'm going to turn it over a little to the blacks. And you can click on that arrow right there, and it'll bring up more options for the vignette. So you got your midpoint. Midpoint is just going to be the midpoint. Exactly what it say, midpoint. I'm tripping. And then if you want to affect how round it is, you come to the roundness, and you get round or you get more boxy. And then if you want to feather it so it won't fade away, I can actually make it into like a circle. So if I had a spotlight, something like this, you can resemble that or try to mimic that. Turn that, and then the highlights, just soften the highlights in the vignette or darken them. So I'm going to turn all of this off and bring that back, and then I'll just give it a slight vignette right there. Then you have your grain. You have your grain tab right here, which if you wanted to, I'm adjusting the vignette, put that back to where it was at. Control Z is the undo if you don't know. So put the vignette back where it was. And then grain, you can get super creative with this as well. It just add grain to the picture. So if you want to go for a more older film look, then you can actually use this to do so. But I am going to leave it with no grain. I want a clean, crisp picture. Sharpening, this is in your detail tab. You can sharpen the picture. Normally is at default 40. I think 40. And then that's just basically sharpening your image. So I will zoom in for this one. And then as you can see, the higher I go, the sharper it get. Now, sharpening your picture too much is definitely overkill, and it will show up in your pictures or your film. So you want to make sure that you do not overkill. I'm going to actually turn this up to 60. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Noise reduction. If you took a picture and you had bad lighting, then most likely it's going to show up in your picture. And the noise reduction can help get some of that noise out of your picture. So this will help bring that noise down. But what happens when you overdo this, then your subject starts to look plasticky, if that's a word. So plastic, as you can see. So I'm coming down. He has detail in his face. If I go up, he started losing detail. He's becoming more plastic looking. You don't want to do this. You don't want to overcompensate to try to get rid of or try to cover up a bad picture. I used to do it a lot, and trust me, it does not come out well. So I'm going to actually leave this about, I'll say 12. Even though I don't think I need it, I'm going to leave it at 12. Color noise reduction will help get the noise out of the color. So if I had a bunch of different colors in his hair because I had bad lighting, I can go here and adjust it, and it'll try to match the colors surrounding it to remove those colors. But I don't have that issue, so I don't need to mess with that. Right here is your geometry. You can come in and adjust these tabs how you like it. So if you want distortion, you can distort the picture. If you want to angle it different, vertical, you can change how. So I'm going to leave that where it's at. And horizontal, you can turn it sideways. So if you accidentally took a picture crooked, you can actually try to straighten it out. So I'm going to leave that how it is. You can rotate as well. And aspect, scale, in and out, X offset, right to left, Y offset, top to bottom. And I'll just undo all of these things. And you also have some presets that they have guided, so that adjusted it a little bit, slightly. And you have auto, no adjustment for auto, and then level, no adjustment for level, and probably same thing for vertical, so forth, so forth. Sometimes they don't have a recommendation, so if you see something that you want to fix, you have to go in and do it manually, which isn't bad. Once you start using this, you'll definitely see how beneficial it is. Lightroom will give you tutorials on how to use a lot of this stuff, so you can really go in and finesse your pictures how you want to. And the last thing I'm going to show you guys, I'm not going to show y'all the healing brush. I am going to show y'all to select the masking tool. So most of the time I come here and I select my subject, or I select my background, depending on what I'm trying to adjust. So I hit select subject and it masks it for me. So as you can see, it's showing you that my subject is highlighted, and that's what I have masked. If I click on the mask and I hit Control I, it will let you know that everything outside of the subject is being masked. So I'm going to go back on the mask and I'm going to adjust some of these things. So if I just wanted to adjust my subject, as you can see, exposure, contrast, shadows, whites, all of that good stuff is here. Highlights, which I actually want to take the highlights down a little bit on him. Yeah, I'm going to bring the highlights down a tad bit. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. I might bring... Now I'm going to keep my shadows where it's at. You can also do the temperature. If you wanted to, you can get really crazy in Lightroom. Really crazy. If you know how to use these tools to your advantage, and so forth. Saturation, texture, clarity, dehaze, A lot of the tools that you can use for the whole picture, you can come and select and mask and do it for that individual thing that you're trying to affect. And that's about it. That's how I typically edit in Lightroom. Like I said, free presets. You can't go wrong with these 13 free presets. Just drop it on the picture and watch it come to life. Like I said, you got to go in and adjust it. But it's not hard once you start learning how to use these tools and training your eye on what you're looking for and how to get it to where you want it. This is a quick tutorial on how I edit in Lightroom. Go ahead and download those free presets. Share these presets with everybody that you know. I hope y'all enjoy it. This is your boy 3. I'm going to go ahead and get y'all that deuce. And we out.